When your cat presses their paws into you and starts kneading, do you actually know what they're telling you? Most people think it's simple, a leftover habit from when they were kittens, something they just never grew out of. But that explanation barely scratches the surface of what's really happening, because when your cat needs you, their brain is doing something so specific, so emotionally loaded, that once you understand it, you will realize you have been misreading one of the most important things your cat does. And there is one type of kneading, the fifth one in this video, that most owners react to in exactly the wrong way, and it might be quietly damaging your bond without you ever knowing. 1. They are not remembering their mother. They are choosing you as her replacement. Have you ever watched your cat knead your lap and thought, oh, that's just something they did as a kitten to get milk flowing? That's the explanation you'll find everywhere. And technically, yes, kittens do need their mother's belly during nursing to stimulate milk production. But here's where everyone stops thinking. Your cat is not a kitten anymore. They stopped needing milk a long time ago. So why would an adult cat keep performing a behavior that serves no physical purpose? Because the purpose was never really about milk. It was about safety. When a kitten needs its mother, the act triggers a flood of oxytocin in both the kitten and the mother. It's a bonding mechanism. The kneading tells the mother, I am here, I am yours, and the warmth and milk that come back tell the kitten you are safe. Nothing will hurt you. Now, fast forward to your adult cat climbing onto your lap, pressing their paws into your legs, and rhythmically pushing in and out while their eyes slowly close. That is not a mindless reflex. That is your cat's nervous system activating the deepest comfort blueprint it has ever known. And they are not remembering their mother. They are mapping you onto her. You are the one their body has chosen to trigger that same ancient loop of safety. That is not habit. That is a decision their biology made about who you are to them. And most owners sit there watching it happen while scrolling through their phone, having no idea that their cat just told them the most important thing they will ever say. 2, they are marking you as something that belongs to them. Have you ever noticed that your cat doesn't need everything? They don't need the kitchen counter. They don't need the hallway floor. They need very specific things. Their favorite blanket, the one spot on the couch they always sleep in, and you. That is not random. Cats have scent glands embedded in the soft pads of their paws. Every time your cat pushes their paw into a surface, they are depositing pheromones that are completely invisible to you, but carry an enormous amount of information to them. When your cat kneads your lap, your stomach, or your chest, they are pressing their chemical signature directly into your skin and your clothes. They are scent marking you, but not the way they scent mark a piece of furniture or a door frame. Those are territorial marks. This is different. When your cat needs you, the pheromones they release come from a specific set of glands associated with comfort and social bonding, not territorial aggression. They are not claiming you like property. They are labeling you as family. And here's what makes this matter more than you think. Your cat lives in a world built almost entirely on scent. They don't see your face the way you see theirs. They don't read your name on a screen. The way they know who belongs in their life and who doesn't comes down to scent signatures. And every single time they need you, they are reinforcing the chemical message that says this person is mine and I am theirs. You just can't smell it. But to your cat, you are covered in a language that says home. 3, they are trying to physically calm themselves down using your body. Have you ever noticed that your cat seems to need more on certain days than others? Maybe after a loud noise outside, maybe after you've been gone longer than usual, maybe after a vet visit or a change in the house, and you probably thought they were just settling in for a nap. But what if your cat was actually self-medicating? Researchers studying repetitive motor behaviors in mammals have found that rhythmic movements like kneading activate the parasympathetic nervous system. That is the branch of the nervous system responsible for calming the body down after stress. When your cat kneads, the repetitive push and release motion sends a steady stream of sensory feedback through their paw pads, up through their nervous system, and into the parts of their brain that regulate anxiety. It is essentially the same mechanism as a human rocking back and forth to self-soothe, or a child sucking their thumb. The motion itself produces calm. But here's the part nobody talks about. Your cat doesn't do this on the floor. They don't do it on a random cushion when they're stressed. They come to you. They climb onto your body and they need you specifically because the combination of the rhythmic motion plus your warmth, plus your scent, plus your heartbeat underneath them creates the most powerful calming environment their brain can access. You are not just a surface they happen to knead on. You are the reason the kneading works. Without you underneath them, the motion alone isn't enough. They need the full signal. Your heat, your smell, your presence. You are the thing that completes the circuit. And when your cat is anxious and they walk across the room, jump onto your lap and start kneading, they are not being cute. They are telling you that your body is the only place in the world where their brain can fully switch off the alarm. For the way they knead tells you exactly how deep the bond goes. Have you ever paid close attention to your cat's body while they knead? Not just the paws, everything. Because the details change the meaning completely. If your cat kneads with just their front paws, light pressure, eyes open, that's comfortable affection. They feel good being near you. But watch what happens when the kneading deepens. When your cat starts pushing harder, slower, and their eyes begin to close halfway, their breathing slows down. You might hear a low, steady purr start to build. Maybe their back paws start doing a slow alternating step. Maybe their head drops and their chin presses against you. That is not just comfort anymore. That is a cat entering what behaviorists describe as a trance-like bonding state. Their conscious brain is essentially powering down, and their limbic system, the emotional core, is taking over completely. In that moment, your cat is not thinking about food or territory or danger. The only thing registering in their brain is the feeling of you. And here's something that most owners never realize. That state is incredibly rare for a cat to enter. Cats are hyper-vigilant animals. Their survival depends on never fully letting their guard down. For a cat to allow their awareness to dissolve while they're on top of another living being means they have placed a level of trust in you that goes beyond anything most humans will ever appreciate. So the next time your cat slips into that deep, slow, heavy kneading, do not move. Do not check your phone. Do not shift your legs because they're getting uncomfortable. You're holding an animal who just handed you their entire nervous system and said, "I trust you enough to stop protecting myself." If that changes the way you see those little paw pushes, hit like and subscribe so we can reach more cat owners who are missing what their cat is desperately trying to tell them. 5. When they knead and then suddenly bite you, they are not being aggressive. This is the one I mentioned at the beginning, the one that gets misunderstood more than any other signal your cat gives. Have you ever been sitting peacefully while your cat kneads your lap? Everything seems perfect, and then out of nowhere they turn their head and bite your hand or your arm? Most owners react instantly. They push the cat off. They yell. Some even tap the cat on the nose, and the cat lands on the floor, confused, staring back at you with an expression that looks a lot like betrayal. Here's what actually just happened. When a cat kneads deeply enough, the flood of oxytocin and emotional intensity can become overwhelming. Their body is experiencing so much bonding chemistry at once that it overloads. And the bite is not aggression. It is a release valve. Behaviorists call this overstimulation response. It is the same reason a cat might suddenly bite during a long petting session when they seemed perfectly happy 3 seconds earlier. Their system hits a threshold, and the only way their body knows how to discharge the excess sensation is through a quick physical response. They are not angry. They are not turning on you. They are feeling so much that their body short-circuits for a split second. And the worst thing you can do in that moment is punish them. Because what your cat was doing right before that bite was the most vulnerable, emotionally open thing they're capable of. If you react with anger, you are teaching them that the deepest level of trust they can offer you ends in punishment. Over time, cats who get pushed away after overstimulation bites start needing less. They stop going deep, they keep their guard up even in your lap, and eventually you have a cat who sits near you but never fully lets go. And you'll think they've just become more independent, but the truth is they learned that loving you all the way wasn't safe. So the next time that bite happens, take a breath. Don't pull away. Just slowly stop petting them. Let them reset. Let them stay on your lap if they want to. Because that bite was never about hurting you. It was the sound of a bond so strong their body couldn't hold all of it at once. And that is not something to punish. That is something to protect.